My name is Captain Casey Caton from the Base Legal Office, and I'm here to talk to you about the hurricane preparedness portion from a legal perspective. First, we're going to talk about the claims process and how you go about filing a claim for a damaged vehicle or damaged personal property or even damage to your home. So for military members, there's certain people who can be proper claimants. It is a military member with damage to personal property on base at the assigned quarters or at other authorized location. So if you live on base, you're assigned to the dorms, and you have personal property damage, which is, say, electronics, books, instruments, personal property, things you carry with you. Those are considered personal items, and you can file a claim for those. Now, for civilians, their personal property, they can file a claim for personal property if it is damaged at work or other authorized duty locations. So this means if they're at work because they're authorized to be there and they have, say, items with them at their workplace and those are damaged, they could file a claim for those personal items. So military members or civilian employees are proper claimants. They can file claims. Now, family members can also file claims on behalf of the service member, but you must give them a power of attorney to be able to file those claims properly. As far as the timeline goes, you have 2 years to file your claim. However, the sooner you do it, the better, because evidence is lost or moved, and you need that evidence to be able to support your claim. Now, for Army, Navy, and Coast Guard and Marines, they have their own service centers for their claims to be filed at. The closest Army Claim Service Center is at Fort Rucker. The first step in all of this is to file a claim with your private insurer. That is the first step. If you have private insurance for your personal property, you need to file a claim with your private insurer before filing a claim with the Air Force. However, if you do not have a private insurance company or the damages are actually less than your deductible, you need to indicate that on DD Form 1842 or provide the Air Force with proof of your deductible. The claimant, you, must provide our office with required documentation for your specific type of claim in order for this claim to be processed swiftly and accurately. For example, for property damage, you need to have your PCS orders that place you at the area that was damaged by the hurricane. You need an assignment to quarters letter. You need to file DD Form 1842 and 1844. And for personal property, you also need to file one repair estimate for whatever was damaged. You need to get someone who can estimate the repair cost of that item or the replacement cost. Now, for personal vehicles, there's another process, but it involves a lot of the same documents, including your PCS orders that place you at the setting of the hurricane. You need so you have an RV or a car on the lemon lot. You need a copy of that contract as well that places your vehicle on the base. You also need title and registration of your vehicle as well as proof of insurance. You need 2 repair estimates for vehicles. So you have 1 repair estimate for property damage, but for personal vehicles you need 2 repair estimates, as well as DD Form 1844 and 1842. You can even file claims for food spoilage. Now, this process is all online, like the rest of the claims for personal vehicles or property damage. It's all online at the Air Force Claims Service Center. You may also need to file the power of attorney if a family member is filing the claim on your behalf, and you get those done at our office. You also need to include an insurance payment breakdown if applicable. Your insurance will provide you a breakdown of all the payments that they made or that they didn't make. You also need proof of residence, housing orders, letter from the dormitory manager, etc. Proof that shows that you're living on base at the time. Now, for food claims specifically, you need an itemization breakdown of the food loss. So you can group like food groups together or items just for the ease of processing the claim. Now, if, say, you had some really expensive steaks or other types of meat that, say, cost hundreds of dollars, for For those high value items, you need to provide proof of loss, which includes pictures, receipts, statements, anything that actually shows the individual processing your claim that you had the items and that they had a specific value. Now, specifically for vehicle damage claims, you file the claim online with the Air Force Claims Service Center. And if you have a significant other or friend filing on your behalf, you need that power of attorney to give them the legal authority to file on your behalf. You need the vehicle registration and the insurance payment breakdown. The Air Force Claims Service Center needs to see what your own private insurance company has paid for before they will process the claim. You also need information to support the vehicle's location and damages sustained. So if you were at work during those hours and your vehicle was on base, or you were at your dorm, you need evidence showing that that was your usual schedule, that was a work schedule. A letter from a boss or a dormitory manager can satisfy those requirements. But remember, for vehicles, you need 2 repair estimates. Now, for your personal property claim, you also will file online with the Air Force Claims Service Center. And if applicable, you can use the power of attorney for a relative to file on your behalf, or a friend. You also need the insurance payment breakdown, the same as POVs, and a repair replacement substantiation for items over $50. If it's less than $50, you do not need the additional evidence showing, the value of the item. But if it is over $50, a receipt, snippets from online of similar items, similar year of the make and model of whatever item it is, just to show that this item was in your possession and it cost X amount if it was over $50. You also need proof of residence, housing orders, letter from the dormitory manager. Now here is the contact information for our sister service claims, including the Army, Navy, Marines, and the Coast Guard. So if you're non-Air Force, these are who you go to file your claims. One other topic that we can discuss quickly is what other things you need besides claims. Well, first you need to make sure you have your will done. Second, you want your power of attorneys done. Medical for yourself, a living will if you don't want to live on life support indefinitely, and also advanced medical directive. You can come into the legal office anytime during our normal office hours and get those taken care of. And when you evacuate, make sure you take all important documents with you, preferably in a waterproof bag.